Yo, tapping in real quick, something like nothing major. Dana White Contender Series, Week 5, taking place tomorrow night. I took a quick look at the 10 individuals who be involved in taking part in those 5 fights, and we can talk about them for a couple minutes. First fight of the night is Corinne versus Nicole. Now, Corinne is currently a -125 on the money line, and Corinne is 8-4 up against opposition with combined records of 35 wins and 9 losses. Where Nicole is currently sitting at +100 on the money line. Nicole is 7-2 up against opposition with combined records of 24 wins and 15 losses. I do believe that Nicole is an inch or two shorter than Corinne, as well as being at an inch or two reach disadvantage to Corinne. Nicole does have an 8-year youth advantage over Corinne, but I will not place too much stock into that 8-year youth advantage, as Nicole in her, low to mid-20s, I believe still has a lot of growing, evolving, and learning to do as far as this game is concerned. Where on the other side, I believe Corinne is 34 years old and very much at the peak of her potentials and in her prime. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and side with Corinne at -125 to be the one to get this one done in some way, shape, form, or fashion over Nicole to kick off Dana White Contender Series. You know what I'm talking about? Moving on. 2 individuals whose names I don't necessarily know how to pronounce, so I'm going to call them by their initials. OT versus JM. Now, OT is currently sitting at a -260 on the money line. OT is 9-0 up against opposition with combined records of 33 wins and 14 losses. JM currently sitting at +190 on the money line. JM is 7-0 up against opposition with combined records of 15 wins and 13 losses. And he likes to, accredit himself for being a knockout artist. Somebody's O has got to go. And for this one, I'm going to side with the underdog, JM, who's currently sitting at +190 on the money line to be the one to get this one done in some way, shape, form, or fashion over OT. Most likely and unfortunately, for OT, it's going to be inside the distance via KO, TKO. So I'm rocking with the dog in this one at +190 on the money line, JM to get it done. Moving on, 2 more individuals whose names I don't necessarily know how to pronounce, so we're going to go off their initials. YB versus TI. Now, YB currently sitting at -400 on the money line. YB 7-3. Up against opposition with combined records of 66 wins and 32 losses. YB also has kickboxing experience and a bit of a kickboxing background. He's 9-6 in kickboxing, 2 losses to Israel Adesanya, 2 losses to Alex Pereira, and 1 win over Alex Pereira. So it's safe to say that he's very capable in the striking department and can prove to be quite dangerous there if he so chooses to be so up against the right level of opposition. You understand what I'm saying to you? On the other side, it's TI, currently sitting on the money line at +280. TI is 9-1 up against opposition with combined records of 25 wins and 30 losses. I'm going to side with YB in this one, who's currently a -400 on the money line and the biggest favorite on the whole entire card. But rightfully so, in my personal opinion. He has the experience and he's faced the level of opposition to get this one done, in my personal opinion. So YB's going to be the pick to get this one done via head kick. You know what I'm talking about? Via head kick, KO, TKO, inside the distance. You know what I mean? Moving on, we got Cody versus Quamel. Now, Cody currently sitting at -230 on the money line. Cody is 6-0 up against opposition with combined records of 35 wins and 23 losses. Cody does have a bit of grappling experience and a grappling background where he is 18-14. I just said he had a bit of grappling experience and a bit of a grappling background. I didn't say it was a magnificent one. Moving on. Quamel, currently sitting at +170 on the money line. Quamel's 12-3 up against opposition with combined records of 89 wins and 51 losses. And this is a tough one for me, man. Because I get it. Old boy, he has, you know, a grappling history, a grappling background, a grappling record. But that grappling history, grappling background, and grappling record consists of an 18 and 14 resume. You know what I'm talking about? So it's just not a great one. While the experience is there, I don't know how much it's going to play into this matchup, man. You know what I'm talking about? Cormel is 12-3, up against opposition with combined records of 89 wins and 51 losses. Oh, man. Cody 6-0, up against opposition with combined records of 35 wins and 23 losses. Give me Cormel, man. Fuck it. Give me Cormel, man. Fuck Cody and his grappling background. You know what I'm talking about? Give me Cormel. 12-3. To hand Cody his first loss. Send him up out of there 6-1. You know what I'm talking about? Fuck it. Moving on, man. Navajo? That's how you say old boy name? Navajo? I don't know if that's how you say his name or not, man. Versus Philip. You know what I'm talking about? Navajo. Currently sitting at minus 260 on the money line. Navajo. 4-0. Up against opposition with combined records of 32 wins and 30 losses. Navajo does have a 7-year youth advantage over Philip, while also possessing a 3.5-inch reach advantage over Philip. And he's fighting out of city kickboxing. Philip on the other side is plus 190. Philip is 6-1, up against opposition with combined records of 27 wins and 20 losses. And he's fighting out of Elevation Fight Team, man. You know what I'm talking about? So it is what it is. It is what it is. We're going to side with Navajo. We're going to side with Navajo. His little 3.5-inch reach advantage. I can't say because he's over there at City Kickboxing, because Elevation Fight Team is a decent team as well. You understand what I'm saying to you? Both teams should have their fighters well prepared for this fight. You understand what I'm saying to you? So, dang. We're going to take Navajo, man. We're going to take Navajo to move on to 5-0. Send Philip home 6-2. And keep it pushing, man. You know what I'm talking about? So, it is what it is, man. I think we have 2 dogs and 3 favorites on a 5-fight card. Corinne at minus 125 to get the job done over Nicole. JM at plus 190 to get the job done over OT. YB at minus 400 to get the job done over TI. Quamel at plus 170 to get the job done over Cody. And Navajo at minus 260 to get the job done over Philip, man. It is what it is. I appreciate y'all for tapping in. You know what I'm talking about? I told a couple individuals that I would take a quick look at the 10 individuals that were going to be taking, you know, involved in taking part in these 5 fights tomorrow night as far as Dana White Contender Series Week 5 is concerned. And I just held up my end, man. So that's that with that. I appreciate y'all for tapping in. I'll be tapping back in just a few with the parlay video.